Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Sunday night, and while family's asleep, I thought it'd be fun to do a live stream for the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. As per usual, I don't want to be up too late this live stream, and I guess to serendipitously aid in that process, my phone battery's at something like 45%. So that might help a little bit in terms of making sure that we I'm just looking at my thing here on YouTube. Moderation helps everyone feel safe to build. Hey, international channel, what's up, my brother from another mother? I have your thing ready to go with the Shin Megami Tensei game. But Main Street, where the post office is like so torn up that it's like nuts. Arrows on too. I just got moderation helps everyone feel safe to build a positive live chat experience. Choose who can participate, set a delay, hide or put people in timeout, manage messages, and add moderators. So I'm just going to close that out. So yeah, that was just the thing that I got showing my chat on the screen. Well, guys, it's great to have you on. I don't get to talk to you guys enough, so that's cool. Moderation makes everyone feel safe. It's some 1984 shit. Yeah, not the fun 1984. Not the debut season of, Miami Vice and Charles in Charge 1984, like the George Orwell 1984. Anywho, sis boom ba. So, we're definitely going to play some PS5 tonight. Got some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Got some SVC Chaos. Kind of going to what Arrow is complaining about, and rightly so. There's like a disclaimer on SVC Chaos, which I find kind of odd. Like, it's saying like, this game was made in 2003, and we've tried to faithfully recreate it, but this game does not represent our values. It's like, what are you talking about? There's like nothing bad in SVC Chaos, like, other than it's got some girls in skimpy outfits. And it shows kind of like heaven and hell levels, but I don't really, I don't know. Anyway, well, I hope you two are good. I feel like we're definitely like-minded people. I did get it on the PS5. I don't have Steam. I actually got it on the PS4 and the PS5. So, it was funny, when I heard it was on the PS4, I just went directly onto my PS4 and got it. And then I was like, well, I might as well just get this on the PS5. So they're at gunpoint being told to say that. I'm sure they don't want Alyssa Mercante going after them. You know what's crazy is like all these kind of clickbait people on YouTube always talk about Alyssa Mercante, but I'm pretty sure we were at SUNY Binghamton at the same time. So if you guys who don't know, she's this like the unhinged editor of Kotaku, very much just lives on Twitter and breathes identity politics, radical chic kind of stuff. And I was kind of shocked to find out that she went to SUNY Binghamton, and there's this incredibly stupid article that she wrote for the Pipe Dream, which is the campus newspaper, about how, she's this like alpha Karen, and, she got that from her parents, and it's like, okay, whatever. It's basically just how she's disrespectful to people on the phone, and she's proud of it. At least that's the gist I got out of the article. You can go look it up if you want, but yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Before we get down to some SVC Chaos on the PS5 International channel, and again, International channel, I've got the little mini Gundam. I've got Shin Megami Tensei. It's like a PS2 one. I ended up getting an extra copy. I'll try to navigate my way down to Main Street. But the thing is like Main Street in Cortland, you don't understand what they're doing here. It's like insane. They have totally destroyed Main Street, where like all the post offices, like the downtown restaurants are. Like the street is just, it looks like a war zone. It's been going on for months. like, actually it's been going on for 2 years. They totally like nuked the street because it's a one-way street, and it actually works really well being a one-way street. But for whatever reason, they want to turn it into a two-way street. So, and there's like no room for it to be a two-way street. So they're like just screwing with like everything down there, and it like literally looks like something out of the Terminator. I mean, it is just torn to hell. So, and then for whatever other reason, they're doing like other construction around Cortland. So I would say about like 30% of the town is difficult to just drive on right now. So, you know, but I feel bad because it's like I said, like, I don't know, like a year plus ago, it's like, oh, I got this thing from the comic shop because you've been so generous to the channel. You know, you sent me like Street Fighter Alpha 2 on the Super Nintendo, which is like awesome. Speaking of that, somebody is porting Fatal Fury Real Bout to the Sega Genesis, and it looks nuts. Like, some of these homebrew Genesis games are phenomenal. It's really crazy to see what, you know, in the right hands can be done with the Sega Genesis, and it would have been, you know, really interesting. I mean, it kind of lends some credence to a lot of the Tom Kalinske stuff where he was saying, like, well, you know, there was more gas left in the tank of the Genesis. And I mean, it's arguable that there was in North America for sure. I always thought that Genesis should have, the same way that Master System turned into a handheld with the Game Gear, you know, they should have turned Genesis into a handheld, you know, and had Saturn be the main console, and, you know, just have the Genesis handheld have an AV out port, you know, which is, I'm describing the Nomad, but what they should have just done is have like a budget effective Nomad, and you know, have the Saturn be your, you know, your kind of your core console, and your Nomad Genesis portable be your you know, your B team, your handheld. Well, you know, we talked a lot about politics on the last live stream, and you know, definitely the big news. So the big news on the last live stream was, you know, Trump got part of his ear blown off dodging a bullet, and Joe Biden, you know, just everyone has turned on Joe Biden, you know, because he was losing badly in all the polls, and the election was too distant to, you know, try to swing. You know, it's always like, if it's in the margin of error, you can get away with shady shit, you know, on either side. But this was just a blowout. So, you know, the funding and the party elite were all just like, all right, old man, time's up. And if you put up a fuss, we're going to, you know, destroy you. If you do what we say, we'll give you a golden parachute. And he was, you know, Joe Biden, for his, you know, in as much decline as he's in mentally, you know, people with dementia, you know, they understand, they still have elements of themselves and can understand what they value. And Joe Biden, I think, values political ambition, and you know, so and I think he probably values his, you know, family for sure too, because whenever it's about like protecting Hunter or finding a way to promote his own interests, you know, so he's always he'll like double down, like, you know, when someone's got like dementia and their family's visiting and they gotta like really just get their shit together for a little, like just put all their eggs in that basket kind of thing. So he, you know, was with it enough to be able to say, like, fine, I'll leave. Don't ruin you know, don't have this be, like, my legacy be destroyed in addition to my presidency. Which, I mean, if you look at his record, there's plenty to criticize. What with the warmongering and drug bills that jailed many people. So, but yeah, now Kamala's the nominee. They've coronated her. I mean, it's got to be official still, but I mean, you thought that, you know, Biden's record was bad. I mean, she is. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of let my non-existent hair down. She's an idiot. I mean, she is so bad. Like, and it's not just that it's not because she's a woman or anything like that. It's just like, I voted for Jill Stein. I voted for Stuart Alexander, who was an actual black socialist. She is just a vapid, cackling, amoral, person with no, she denied like DNA evidence for a guy on death row when she was a prosecutor. She extended black men's prison sentences so they could be free and cheap labor for California. She what's the other thing she did? She was jailing people for minor offenses like weed. I mean, she was, you know, like prosecuting families for like truancy. I mean, she's just that. Her record as a prosecutor is like so bad, and like they wrote a book about her on Amazon that got taken down from Amazon because Amazon has got like CIA contracts, and you know apparently they all want her in there. So yeah, she is just fucking terrible. Like, I mean, I'm sorry if you like her, but she is just so stupid and so bad. Like, I mean, the fact that she's like, I mean, if you don't like Trump, I can understand that, but like she is, I think, objectively less likable than him, and that is saying something considering that like he's basically like a stock character from professional wrestling, you know, so mostly of the villain variety. So like, and I mean that kind of tongue in cheek, but also kind of seriously. But yeah, the media, they're going to be like boosters for her. They're going to act like she's not a moron, that she's, you know, that she's like Rosa Parks and Queen Latifah all rolled into one. First of all, she's not even black. She's like Indian and Jamaican, and I guess you could count that as black if you really wanted to, but she's going to be out there like prancing around in like Howard University sweatshirts and just pretending, you know, doing everything that she possibly can to try to act like a woman of color. And we, like, this is just the typical, let's put a new coat of paint on the same old bullshit. You know, I used to ride the bus to Binghamton with like criminals, like, and I didn't realize that at the time, and then I realized it retrospectively, like, those guys who all get on the bus with white shirts and khaki pants at the same time, like they're actually like in jail. And I remember I sat next to I was reading a book, and like there was a black guy sat next to me. He's one of these like jail guys or whatever. He's like, "What are you reading?" I'm like, "Oh, you know, I'm reading something about the 1960s." And he's like, "What do you think of Kennedy?" And I was like, "Oh, you know, I mean, he had some good civil rights legislation, but he escalated Vietnam." He's like, "What do you think of Obama?" And I was like, you know, he's just like an aesthetic coat of paint on the same old corrupt policies." And he agreed with me. And the thing is, it's like you've already had like now you need to add like woman of color to try to cover up. You need like an extra layer of paint to cover over the bullshit, you know? So, but yeah, no, the media, like she's going to have like every component of power. And I mean, like, Trump will wheel and deal with like corrupt, sleazy people. But the problem with him is that he demands negotiation rather than capitulation. And he, you know, he's too stubborn, and he's too much of a wild card. You know, even though he usually ultimately is like obedient and bends the knee, but she will just do whatever she wants. Or she reminds me a lot of Hochul, the governor of New York, after Cuomo had to like kind of step down in disgrace. Like, she just looked like she won the lottery when she looked like my wife when I bring home a paycheck, when she ended up getting the governorship. It's like no sense of like, oh, my superior was like taken down in disgrace. It was just like bug-eyed ambition. And she's going to be like the exact same thing. She is just a vapid, unqualified vessel, which is exactly what Joe Biden is. I mean, he was so out of it that, you know, but he was able to, you know, shave off a couple of, you know, points in the swing states. He was, you know, able to knock Bernie out of the primaries, and he was going to be a good boy and follow orders. It didn't matter that half of his mind was gone. And Kamala is the same way. She's not demented, but she's like so, you know, hyper ambitious and such a blank slate that, you know, she will just do whatever she's told as long as she can reap power. And that is not a healthy thing. And but, you know, we'll just see what happens. But I mean, I'm sorry if I was like insulting, but like she is just terrible, dude. And if you like her, fine, cool, like no hate, anything like that. You know, and I understand that as a teacher, I got to be objective and stuff like that, but she is just like, I'm not feeling it, you know. So anyway, so there's that. I just had to kind of get that off my chest. So, as someone who grew up into adulthood recently, I don't know any political environment that hasn't seemed like it's focused on getting people to act impulsively. No, that's exactly it. So, you know, Arrow, like, this is the deal, man. There is one class that rules, you know, Marx called them the bourgeoisie, you know, some people call them the uniparty. You know, our Trump, you know, who is he's like Nathaniel Bacon. If you ever read like U.S. history, there's this thing in colonial Virginia called Bacon's Rebellion, where this basically this like wealthy aristocrat started like bucking the system, had kind of a populist message, kind of united people against the Native Americans and against the ruling aristocracy. And that really freaked out a lot of the ruling elite. And the rebellion was ultimately crushed. But, you know, a lot of the time, you know, like chinks in the system come from these like rogue oligarchs who have like enough power to, you know, kind of buck the system while they are complacent and a part of the system. But anyway, I mean, I think there's like very little difference even between Trump and the Democratic Party establishment, in the sense of like they both take money from weapons manufacturers. They both take money from these like massive shadowy Wall Street interests. You know, they know like they have to wheel and deal with these like shadowy intelligence agencies. Like the difference is I just think that Trump demands negotiation. Like he's so arrogant that he thinks he's the boss, you know. Whereas these other people they're like born and bred in Washington and are just they soak up that Washington culture, whereas like Trump as an outsider is just like, I'm a businessman. I kind of bullied and wheeled and dealed my way to the top of like the real estate world. I know how to promote myself in like pop culture by using my, you know, my personality, my money, my charisma, my attitude, things like that. And now I've decided to go into politics, and you will respect me on my terms, and that's not okay, you know. In 2008, 2012, I was just a kid. In 2016 and 2020, I was a teenager. And it's only this year that I can say I have an actual opportunity to get actual insight as an adult, at least in regards to the presidency. I mean, the thing is that the presidential elections are just designed to, I guess, kind of in a lot of ways promote the illusion of democracy, because the candidates that are able to get in that position, you know, have to basically suck up to the right people. But you know, and one of the ways that makes Americans feel like we have a democracy rather than a Republican oligarchy is the idea that we very feverishly debate the things that are within the acceptable spectrum of debate, right? So, you know, I mean, the thing I'll say for Trump is, like, he didn't start any new wars. He is oddly and stupidly hawkish on Iran. And so is J.D. Vance. But, I mean, like, these other people, I mean, the Democrats have been just totally infused with neoconservatives. And those people are insane. Was there ever a time where it seemed like policies of any given person seem to do the talking? Maybe it's naive, but it seems like people are rooting for sports teams. Yes, I want Trump to go Mega Man style boss rush against the candidates. Yeah. The bigger the position in politics, the bigger the skeletons. That is all correct, my friends. I mean, as far as like Arrow's kind of saying, is like, has there ever been anyone who wasn't full of shit? It's like, no, not that I can think of. I had a lot of faith in Bernie Sanders, and when push came to shove, like I've said this a million times, like I lived in Johnson City, which is a decaying old industrial area of upstate New York. So when I went to college in Binghamton, which is like the best public college, quote unquote, in New York State, even though it's filled with fucking idiots. Like, you know, Johnson City, like they used to have like big factories in Johnson City. And they were all just gutted. They all just left. They all closed, and it was just like poverty. People standing there with like nothing to do, and just everyone kind of remembering the good old days when like the factories were there and the economy was there and the town was bustling, and it was just this like dirty, sad, scuffed up Hummel village. I mean, it's true. Go look at it. And I was going to college in like the 2016 election there, and there were two candidates that broken down working class city cared about and were excited about. One was Bernie and one was Trump. And the difference between Bernie and Trump is that Trump had fuck you money and a fuck you attitude, and Bernie, when push came to shove, he bent the knee and just became a good boy and just went with the Democratic Party rank and file, and has never really exercised a whole lot of independence since then. I would have happily voted for him in 2020, but the party consistently sabotages any attempt that he has at the presidency because he is a nominally socialist voice, and Wall Street, which runs there's so much of the moneyed interests that control the politicians and staff the cabinets and things like that. I mean, the scary thing, I mean, if you want to put on your tinfoil hat, like seriously, like I'm still, it could just be a coincidence, but the fact that kid who took a shot at Trump was in a BlackRock ad, like, BlackRock makes tons of money on foreign wars, and, like JD Vance has got like all kinds of like weird entanglements with like surveillance and weapons manufacturers and things like that, these exact kind of things that lead to BlackRock profiting. So like I don't know, I just find it kind of odd that Trump almost gets his brains blown out, and then all of a sudden he's like, you know what, I'm gonna put this golden boy of like sleazy banking and weapons manufacturing as my vice presidential candidate, which makes me kind of think that maybe he wasn't gonna do that, and then it was like, well, you know what, let's just assassinate him. Like I don't know, like I'm just I'm gonna get banned from YouTube probably. But I just want to talk to friends here. We're all here, so. Would you say that lobbyists have an impact in how oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the lobbyists are the ones that, like, write the policy, The more money that you can give a person, the more beholden they are to you, right? And as Nick said, these people all have, like, skeletons in their closet, so they can all just blackmail each other if you don't do what you're told. You aren't the only person that's brought up something like that. Yeah, well, I'm a small YouTuber though, so be careful. You might lose your part of your ear too. I got a little bit of cauliflower ear here, which I kind of like actually. So, you gotta, I just tell someone's tough by looking at their ears, but maybe not. Maybe the people without the cauliflower ear are the ones that are the tough ones because they don't get themselves in a situation where they get the cauliflower ear. So, but it's not that noticeable. It's just kind of like stiff and a little wonky here. So, all those blocks end up getting in jiu-jitsu, which by the way I haven't rolled in like forever. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, if the people who I wanted Trump to pick for his vice presidential candidate, I would have gone with Bobby Kennedy, or I can't remember the name of that. He was like a black Republican who ran for the Senate. He was an ex-football player in Georgia. Was it Marshall or something? I can't remember. Was it Thurman Marshall? I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. But he would have been, I think, a much better candidate than JD Vance. I mean, JD Vance, I will say for him, is that he has a decent voting record in Congress for kind of going across the aisle for pro-labor stuff. So he's actually like done some stuff with Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren to kind of be kind of pro-union. pro-worker, things like that, which is good. And it kind of is like a bone thrown to at least a surface level bone to this kind of realignment where the Republican Party is becoming more working class, more populist, as opposed to just being the party of Dick Cheney and Mitt Romney. But, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't really, there's a really smart, if you want to see a great critical, all this stuff about J.D. Vance, like, oh, he's a neo-Confederate hillbilly misogynist. It's like, none of that is true. But if you want to hear, like, a really good critique of J.D. Vance, there's this girl named Whitney Webb who does a really thorough breakdown of, like, the moneyed interest that he's tied to, you know. He's not who I would have picked. Two things working for him is he's a swing state senator and he's young. Yes. And it could easily be Trump's successor, too. You ever think anyone isn't either of... Do I think someone who's not in the two-party system can win? Anytime it's been tried, since Lincoln, it's failed. Like, Lincoln... I mean, I could be wrong on this, but, like, the Republican Party popped up as this anti-slavery expansion party. And in that moment, they were able, as a party, to... because the country was so split and their base was unified, they were able to actually capture the presidency. But since then, I mean, there hasn't been a third-party candidate that can get the money or get on the ballots in the Electoral College, or even in primaries. Like, you know, I think International Channel was talking about how he liked Bobby Kennedy Jr., and... like, I mean, I signed a petition to let him on the ballot in New York State, you know, because he tried to run as a Democrat, and the Orwellian named Democratic Party, you know, like, just, they call themselves Democratic. There's, like, nothing, the Republicans are much more open in their primary process. But yeah, they just, like, they wouldn't let him have any kind of chance in the primary process. And he's lucky if he can get on the ballot here in New York State running as an independent. So it is a very closed, bourgeois, big money, sleazy, system of, just entanglements with unaccountable power centers. That, I mean, I remember always, like, hearing, like, how Iran wasn't a real democracy because their elections, the Ayatollahs, like, they select the people who you can vote for. It's exactly the same thing here, except we just have, like, ultra rich people in intel that have this revolving door with each other, you know, telling you who you can and can't vote for, and then you're just stuck voting for the lesser of two evils. And, you know, the Simpsons kind of, like, perfectly summed it up with that Kang and Kodos episode where, you know, like, Bob Dole and Bill Clinton, who are both two of those kind of people that I just talked about, you know, they get kidnapped by aliens, and these aliens they're like posing as them, and they're gonna go take over the Earth. And Homer accidentally launches both of them into space. Hey, in 1070, how are you? I'm just bitching about politics. And so then Homer, like, rips the masks off the aliens, and the aliens are like, well, fine, we're aliens, so what? You have to vote for one of us. It's a two-party system. And someone's like, I'll vote for a third-party candidate. And they're like, go ahead, throw your vote away. So then they just go ahead and just slaving out, like, the Earth. And Homer's like, don't blame me, I voted for Kodos, you know. So that was, I mean, it's a very cynical way to look at presidential politics, but it's accurate. I mean, I do think you have to go for the lesser of two evils, or in your conscience, or just, I mean, there's been plenty of times I've voted third party, just knowing that, like, they're not going to win, but I can at least say, hey, I voted my conscience. So, you know, you can either see who you think is the lesser of two evils, or vote for an honest third party candidate, whatever. But yeah, but I don't know, I've just seen some of the stupidest shit on social media, and it's usually from people on the so-called left, although the left in this country doesn't mean anything other than identity politics. the traditional understanding of the left as a movement built around the working class is pretty much flushed down the toilet. So anyway, enough about that. Let's someone called Pretty Queen Cheyenne liked my photo. I have no idea who that is. I'm guessing off the time period that you brought this up would have been late 90s if Clinton was. It was 90. The 96 election was Clinton and Bob Dole. Bob Dole, Arrow, for your information, young man. He was this like really kind of comedically dry old guy. He ended up doing like Viagra commercials. He kind of had this very weird cadence in his voice. Like, I'm Bob Dole. Bob Dole says this. Like, that was kind of like how he was. And so you had like him and Bill Clinton, who was just like, you know, Mr. Cool Guy. Bill Clinton's, I don't think he was a particularly good president personally. But I mean, and he definitely lied under oath. Like, there's no way around that. But what he did was he pretty much destroyed the Democratic Party as having any kind of significant distinguishability with the Republicans, because he ended up making the Democratic Party like even more pro-business than it actually was. And then the distinction between Democrat and Republican just ended up being on things like gay rights and abortion. And at this point, you know, pretty much most people have just kind of conceded the gay marriage thing. And so now the real difference is abortion. And, you know, and the people who are against that have principled opposition to it. Bill Clinton was objectively cool, I will say that. I mean, he knew how to play saxophone. He was in NBA Jam, you know. I'll give him that, you know. He had that kind of cartoony shtick of, you know, like, I eat burgers and I have sex with my interns, you know, like, I mean, I like, if you want to see, like, a really great parody of Bill Clinton, watch Conan O'Brien, like, when he did the mouth things. I think the very first memory I have of that guy is when he ended up in people's LimeWire downloads. What, Bob Dole or Bill Clinton or Conan O'Brien or all of them? This has gone on long enough. We're playing some Final Fantasy right now. Have that end up on your LimeWire downloads. Arrow, did you have LimeWire? I was always more of a Kazaa man myself. Once Napster went down, I was all about Kazaa. So, Kazaa was cool because it was in Australia, so it had a certain degree. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry if anyone watching this is, you know, not an adult or whatever, but like, sexual relations includes oral sex. Like, sex is in the title. So when he's like, well, when I said sexual relations, I thought that meant intercourse. It's like, that is not, you didn't say I didn't have sexual intercourse with that woman. You said I didn't have sexual relations with that woman, and sexual relations include third base. Okay, so anyway, Kazaa, then to LimeWire, then to Bear. I was out with Kazaa, you know, Kazaa. Once Kazaa went down, my best friend started doing like a lot of torrenting. And so then I just relied on him to just download things and then give me CDs and DVDs, you know. But no, I would have been too young to use LimeWire for myself. No. Kazaa, man, that's where it was at, dude. It had this cool lime green lettering, and dude, I got so many cool, just like obscure Japanese songs. You know, just downloading Kazaa stuff into the wee hours of the night, because like that was when the internet was the best, because I had dial-up internet on my dusty Dell laptop, you know. So right on. Okay, well, let's play some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We're at Coral. No, we just escaped Coral. I just fought Dine. Dine died. Poor Dine. So far, the game has been pretty similar to the original, but I keep getting these scenes where like there's an alternate timeline where Zack is alive, and it looks like a lot of the Avalanche guys are dead. Like, I don't know what's going on. So far, so good, though. Nick's beating the game, I'm sure, so he'll probably, you know, let's see here. I'm just trying to get my camera nice and situated. He'll know, but no spoilers in the chat here, so. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. We'll also play some SVC Chaos, because, you know. It looks like my phone, I don't know, I guess my phone went black or something. I don't know what's going on, but we're back here, so you know, just doing some Final Fantasy and some you know, shooting bad guys on motorcycles here. So I don't know. Every once in a while, I don't know, my phone will go dim and it looks like the stream will go down. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but here we go. Back to the good stuff here. Come on. No. Oh, we got a checkpoint. That's good. Alright, gang's all here. Palmer. Oh, goody. Shoot, Barrett. I wish it would, like, auto-aim here. I mean, not auto-aim for sure, but, like, when I go to reload, I'm, like, way off center here. Did I get him? Dude, I'm so close. Oh, hey, that's good. Can I heal? Can I get some, like, you know, potion or something here? There's Rude, the man with my haircut right there. I like Rude, he's cool. My favorite Turk. Here come the waifus. Woo! All right. As someone who's a fan of the someone who's a fan of the A team, damn straight. Yeah, no, seriously, Barrett is like one of my all-time favorite video game characters. He's always in my party when I play the original. Aw, Marlene. Oh, cutie. That toothy grin. Ah, poor Dine. And all crazy. Shinra. Speaking of unjust power centers. Reeve. Kate Sith's, well, look at... Was that Cloud before he got his hair? Oh no, is he changing the... Changing the wanted signs? Helping out his buddies? Sang. Like how Sang has a thing for Eris and Root has a thing for Tifa. Oh, here comes Rufus. I love how in Japanese video games, like the evil businessmen bosses, like they're like sitting in thrones, like with their hand resting on their fist, or their head resting on their fist, you know. Look at that PS5 addition to detail. You got stubble and clogged pores. These PS5 Tetsuya Nomura designs look great here. Well, this guy was not in the original, so. Okay. Okay, I think we're back in the alternate timeline here. Is that Zack? Or is that Angeal? No, it's Zack. Okay. That was Zack. Okay, so is Barrett and Tifa dead? Or are they dead? Okay, I'm in the alternate timeline here. So we're playing, please tell me Hot Blooded Detective Joe is here. I just uploaded a new Hot Blooded Detective Joe video. I'm gonna make another one too. I'm playing the original plan of Final Fantasy VII. This is playing as Zack. Well, he still would have been Cloud, but he would have looked like Zack. I do love how they kept Cloud's original design as this, like, other character that was, like, that Cloud thinks he is. Zack is a really cool guy. I really like his character a lot. I am asking about Biggs. Where the hell is he? I mean, no one here seems to be. There's not. No one here is. Oh, here's a guy. This reminds me of Shenmue. I gotta go find a cat in a box and some like weird little kid that's like, "Hey Rio, wanna wrestle?" I'm like, no. I'll just play Hang On here. That's not good. Homer Simpson's making moonshine. That's what all those explosions are. I think it was that bean I ate. Or that mysterious beer baron. I am investigating the explosion. I'm trying to. I really like this game, but much like the original, there's just a lot of piddling side quest things here. There's Biggs. Man, they're really gonna milk this, aren't they? Uh-huh. Yeah, Tifa driving makes a lot more sense. I thought Kate Sith was driving here. I wonder if we're gonna meet Vincent here. Although it seems like this game kind of runs through the end of the first disc, you know, like the first game was like Midgar, and now I think this is like the last half of the first disc. So we wouldn't really get Vincent until the second disc. Yuffie and your non-stop motion sickness. Man, they really made Eris look great in this game. I mean, Tifa too, but like especially Eris, man. They. Oh, goody. Now I get to drive the buggy. Gold Saucer is now offering new experiences in Chocobo racing. Well, I think we're going to save here. Okay. We're going to play some SVC Chaos. Okay. This product aims to faithfully recreate content of the original game released in 2003 as much as possible. Therefore, the content of this game does not represent the ideals of our company. I really like this wallpaper. How's my summer going? Milking it for all it's worth, brother. Like, I mean, it's been good. I feel like I haven't done as much stuff as I wanted to do, but I'm just trying to enjoy my time with my family and just chill. You know, I've been trying to keep up with my, you know, either running or lifting or boxing, you know, and I've gotten to do some artwork. I really would maybe like to do a manga, but I really rather just beat Final Fantasy 2, you know, and just trying to make my money stretch, you know. My wife is always so hyper anxious about money. It's kind of, I mean, she's stressed about money, and then her stressing about money stresses me out, you know. But, you know, you gotta just hold it together and be chill, you know, which is fine, you know. It's like, the thing about having a family is you gotta be the guy, you know, which is good, but it's heavy as the head that wears the crown, you know. All right. Violent Ken. Come on. I mean, the difference between this game and Super Plus, like, can't really tell, you know. This has, like, cool wallpaper and extra artwork and stuff, you know. I mean, Super Plus is not an official release. It's just, like, something that some hackers did. Size not representative of our values. This sure ain't SNK. Get it on. Man, I love the SNK like representations of the Street Fighter guys. Like I love seeing the Street Fighter guy because like this is like how Street Fighter 2 would have looked had the graphics advanced, you know. Like Alpha like did its own incredibly beautiful style, you know, which I love. You know, like those are my favorite video games, but I love this seeing these Capcom guys in this SNK style. Like this is my favorite OG Xbox game. Oh, come on. Ah, I'll screw that up. Oops. Let's try Athena. Summers tend to be like that, wanting to do stuff, but then time's over, you didn't have time to do the stuff you were going to do. Word up. I've been messing with the factory settings of my Trinitron. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Just a fact. You know, it's funny, like, Capcom really, SNK really should have just, I think, left Athena's King of Fighters costume either as this or as her schoolgirl outfit. I never really liked that weird kind of kung fu pants outfit they put her in. I just thought it looked kind of weird. I can't believe this was an Xbox exclusive and Xbox doesn't get this game. Like, what is going on with Microsoft right now? No, I mean, I'm serious. Like, what is up? Like, I mean, they're just, like, that unpopular in Japan that, like, Japanese companies have just given up making anything for them. Ah, the power generation room. Koku desu ka? Koku desu ka? I wonder if have they released Neowave on just speaking of like Xbox SNK games, you know? Yeah, my Xbox, my OG Xbox, I got this game, King of Fighters Neowave, Dead or Alive 3, Shenmue 2. Those are like all my games that I really liked on that system. Soul Calibur with Spawn. This is my mission. ... I really would like to read the Chinese manga. Dude, Athena is... her moves are so crazy. A lot of times playing as boss characters isn't that fun, but playing as her is fun. Ah, the blockade space. This riot of bloody worry. If there is the if there, you know, the next Capcom versus SNK game should be an SNK-led affair, because Capcom got 2 console releases, you know, and I mean, SNK chose to do one on the Pocket, I get it, but they should have 2 non-handheld ones, you know. It would be cool if they ported the Pocket one, like not do it in chibi. I love the chibi graphics, don't get me wrong, but like try to do it in, like, you know, sprite-based graphics with like more like this, you know, which would be probably incredibly hard to do and time-consuming, but you know. It's pretty satisfying to fight Mr. Karate knowing you can be as cheap as him. Oof. That's gonna do it. I wonder if we get the hidden ending or not. Yep, we do. I got her. Athena gets no ending. God just throws her out of heaven. I really like the music for the closing credits. Kind of want to do one more run through here. It really is. I mean, it's been said a million times, but it is pretty crazy that this game, what you're seeing here, was done on hardware from 1990. Let's do... I want to do a little Balrog. Don't stop me. Just checking out some of my punches here. There we go. Oh, here we go. It's fun to play as Balrog, because I actually like his fighting style is what I study, you know? I like to insist that Balrog is in fact Mike from the original Street Fighter. Time that cross. Yeah. I love peekaboo boxing. You're playing this too? Awesome. There we go. I love that he's wearing Hulk Hogan colors too. Oh, this ought to be good. That Sagat spread is nuts. I'm inside. That's how peekaboo boxing works. Get inside and eat them up. I'm eating ribs for dinner. There you go. Yeah, Balrog, you know, you just got to kind of get a feel for your range and then time those punches. Nice. Darn it. Ye dead of the netherworld? What? Got him. Well placed jab. I wonder if I get the good ending or not. Probably not. Maybe. Oh, you do? Work that uppercut. There we go. I like how God's like, get out of here. Hiya! I mean, that was pretty... I mean, it's kind of a straightforward yet interesting ending. Indeed, this is a hard game. Yeah, I love it. It's a good game. My phone's at 20%, so we're going to have to wrap this up pretty soon here. Probably pop in a VHS tape for a couple... and then say sayonara for now. No, thank you for making the game. Okay. Let us play some VHS tapes. Alright. So my camera's all crooked here and crazy. Don't mind the crazy camera here. Okay, there we go. Okay. On goes the TV. Turn on this here. Lower that. Okay, what do we got in here? Let's see.
So people don't think we know anything.
Is it still Shinesman?
People can doubt your skills. But there's one thing
I'd rather watch this than the Olympics. Damn straight.
And ladies, respect yourself, respect your life, get the facts, get tested.
Look.
No glove, no love.
Listen to this girl. Don't get AIDS. Getting AIDS might seem like a good idea, but it's really not.
The American Property Network. You can buy cars for as low as $29 per month. Choose from thousands of cars repossessed and seized by the U.S. Marshal, IRS, FBI, and private organizations. Call 1-800-277-1818. Foreclosed homes and distressed properties.
All right, get a house for $200.
Call 1-800-277-1818. For current auction listings,
It's like Milhouse on The Simpsons.
277-1818.
No, Bart on The Simpsons when he wins the factory, and then Milhouse is the night watchman. This is the whole thing. First it started falling over, and then it fell over.
Take the guesswork out of picking individual stocks. Discover the power of leverage where contracts equal 10 times the current Dow Jones Industrial Average. Futures and options investing involve substantial risk of loss and are not suitable for everyone. Call the number on your screen for a free CD-ROM on options investing. Call the number on your screen to reach Barclay Financial.
More Shinesman.
社員ズだったらこのままじゃ済まさないのよ。だいたい5人がかりでかかってくるなんてすぐに正義の味方のすることじゃないわ。
I'm kind of annoyed that I don't have Earthian. I mean, episode 3 of Earthian I don't really want because it's got like that weird scene. Aww. The first 2 episodes of Earthian are great though. Tamari's chicken pox.
頼んだぞ。あ、小野課長。小野課長どうした？たまりちゃんが橋からそうです。それじゃあ当分。
He won't be back for a while. I have to read Shinesman.
はい。や、日高君。
これから外回り？ご苦労様。
今日はコーヒー買わされてきたんですか？
いつものことだけど、ほんとうちの課の男たちって。
缶コーヒーならこの前のタバコみたいに握りつぶす心配はないですね。
やだ、いくら私だってこんなのに水せる。
I love this show so much.
参った参った。あれ？困ったな。社の車が全部で払ってる。タクシー拾いますか？
Up in Shinesman Gray's Montero.
いや、お二人さん。あれ？車がないのか？山寺さん、そのパジェロ。ああ、車検が終わったんで受け取ってきたんだ。サボって取りに行ったな。榊原さん。あ、そうだ。お二人さんを送ってってやるよ。仕事に使えば文句ないだろ。いいんですか？いいから乗れ乗れ。帰ったらすぐ俺の愛しいパジェロ。だって車検から帰ってきたばかりじゃないですか。他人に触られた後はもう一度知らんと気が済まないんだよ。なんでまた愛だ。
How dare you challenge my Montero?
俺のパジェロに向かって何ともするんだ。あんなドライバー許せん。捕まえて懲らしめてやる。山寺、俺たち仕事なんだ。おっと、そうだったな。運のいい野郎ね。懲らしめてやる。
She knew what driving.
事故でも起こしたらどうするんだ。それは大丈夫です。車に自動回避装置をつけておきましたので、ぶつかる心配はありません。ただ交通ルールがあるだろう。地球に来たら地球のルールに従わないとまずいことになるぞ。王子です。説得力がないですが。何？いえ、別に。それよりご一斉に連絡を取って早くシーナを迎えに来てもらえ。わかりました。夜になったら連絡しましょう。なぜ今すぐ連絡しないんだ。ボイス性との連絡には空間通信を用いますが、それには莫大な電力を必要としますので。なるほど。昼間突然電力使用量が増えると怪しまれるということ。いえ、そういうわけではありません。夜は電気代が安いからです。しっかり会社員だな。
Ah, long distance calling jokes. Good stuff. I need to just do an extensive review of Shinesman for the YouTube channel. I gotta start doing some anime reviews again. I also need to do a new episode of the Noel show.
あれは確かにお兄さん。地球侵略ですか？
王は資源にあふれた豊かな地球に憧れているんだ。俺は明日正式に謁見を申し入れ、お考えを改めていただくようお願いしている。それでも聞き入れてもらえなければ地球へ行くんだ、ラフ。
お兄様。
ご一斉に罪を犯させてはいけない。
あのままお兄様が帰ってこなかった。それで私は地球に。お兄様、一体何があったの？なぜ敵の仲間に？
まあそんな格好してちゃダメよ。人に見られたらどうするの？
すみません、つい。
寂しかったのね。そうよね。地球人の中で一人ぼっちですものね。
いえ、そんなことはありません。あなた方に会えて本当に良かったと思っています。
そう言ってもらえると嬉しいわ。でもあなたの正体はまだ秘密なのよ。社員妻の5人にも話していないんだから、これぐらい気をつけてね。はい。ああ、私がもうちょい若ければ社員ズバンピンクになってたのにな。タイトスカートでキックなんかするもんじゃないわね。
I could pretty much understand everything that she just said. Taito skirto kick janai. Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The designs on this anime are just beautiful. I love the color palette too, you know.
大盛況のようでよかったですね。ドンナのグレートマンショーが楽しみですよ。ええ、弟もとても楽しみにしているんです。大人の我々でも楽しめるものがありますからね。よし、そこだ。もう一気。やったな。俺たちの手で地球を守ったんだぞ。
うん、よかったね。
すみません。ヨータの相手させちゃって。いやいや、ヨータ君といると楽しくて。俺たち気がぴったり合うみたいだぜ。俺の弟にしちゃいたいな。ヨータ、いいちゃんから離れて。うちの頼みも確かじゃなければ。
Yo, please don't leave me.
日高君と挟む女が女同士。ゆっくりパビリオン回りしてくるそうだよ。
なんだかこれすごいわね。ほんと。はい、アイスクリーム食べよう。ほら、ひかりちゃんと一緒に食べましょう。リコちゃんとさっきから食べてばっかり。
笠原さんもたまには息抜きしないとね。日常業務の上に研究ばかりじゃ体を壊してしまうわ。
僕も息抜きしたいんですけど。
おうち勇気をあげるから我慢しなさい。私だってジーパー行きたいの我慢してるんだから。
榊原さんは裏の家業も兼務なさっているんですから、そうそう会社を抜けられないでしょう。
司令官という立場はこんな時辛いわね。
敵の攻撃はあります。
この前全楽園でのグレートマンショーを襲ったのにはそれなりの理由があるはず。今日のショーも心配だが胸騒ぎがするの。
Yeah, I mean, I really do think probably as I fall asleep, I'm going to see if I can find some Shinesman manga to read. I usually fall asleep to Miss Cleo infomercials.
この人は、そういえばまだ名前を聞いてなかったな。
あら、私の方も。
私、松本と申します。
これはご丁寧に。私、シーナと申します。兄ちゃんの名刺の出し方すごい。決めポーズみたいにかっこいいや。え、グレートマンのファンなの？うん。中でもレッドがかっこよくて一番好きなんだ。あら、私はブラックのニヒルなところがいいな。グレートボンバー。それはグレート大砲だよ。グレートボンバーこう。あ、そっか、そうだったのね。グレートボンバー。
She's a keeper, all right.
どうやって浮いてるのかしらね。リコちゃん、私ちょっと失礼します。あ、ひとみちゃん。お兄様。お兄様、会いたかった。
君誰？
お兄様、私がわからないの？
確かに僕には妹がいるが、君とは違う。
お兄様。
君はボイス星人か？なぜボイス星人がこんなところにいる？
話して。
It's not suspicious at all.
アトラクションかしら。
よくできてるな。
I just don't understand how I mean, I'm sure they just probably ran out of money, you know? I mean, I don't understand how this didn't get more episodes.
俺の妹だと言っていたが、どういう意味だ？
お兄様、なぜ私がわからないの？そうだわ。ボイス星では洗脳装置が研究されていた。お兄様は洗脳されてしまったに違いないわ。
Hindi movie is on international
Ooh,
channel.
the Hindi movie.
Did you know that India produces twice as many films each year than the
I guess the
United
streams
States?
are going to be, whenever streams are going to be the norm now. I don't know.
Well then, tune in and enjoy some of the most
But,
cultural and musical films ever.
I'm going to have to wrap it up after these commercials because I'm running low on phone battery.
Don't miss the Hindi movie. Up next, only on
I'll
international
watch the
channel.
rest of Shinesman next stream.
Has back pain got you bent over? Do painful headaches drive you crazy? Does traveling have you twisted in knots? Then
Well, the
you need
Fuzuoku 9000 will solve that
the
problem.
pocket-sized personal massager. Look, with just a touch, you can see thousands of pulsating waves. When placed on your sore muscles, you'll enjoy comforting vibrations throughout your body. Fuzuoku 9000 is smaller than a business card, yet powerful enough to send 9,000 penetrating waves per minute. That's almost twice as much as these big, bulky massagers. Now, with a touch, relieve tension headaches, eye strain, neck, and back pain.
The Fuzuoku 9000, it's literally over 9,000.
And travels anywhere in your pocket, purse, or glove box. It's perfect for a stimulating facial massage or relaxing with a friend. Look, a massage feels good. Now add Fuzuoku and it's 9,000 times better.
What if you were to get a Fuzuoku 9000 for each of your fingers?
And the pain is gone. I just love it.
Fuzuoku is ready anywhere, anytime you are. And for even more pleasure, Fuzuoku comes with 3 stimulation tips. Each one applies a unique feeling for increased sensations that will have you or a partner totally satisfied. It's like turning one massager into 3. And with this easy step-by-step massage guide, you'll experience the utmost pleasure from your Fuzuoku. Hey, don't spend over $200 on an expensive, clumsy massager. Order the Fuzuoku 9000 right now for only $19.95. And as a bonus, you'll receive this handy carry pouch to store your Fuzuoku in a briefcase or travel bag. Yours free. We guarantee you'll feel good all over or your money back. You get it all for only $19.95. Order now. For fastest delivery, credit card customers call 1-800-469-9009 to order your Fuzuoku for just $19.95 and receive the carry pouch free. Or send check or money order to this address. When you call, ask about the special offer on a second Fuzuoku. We also accept checks by phone. Call 1-800-469-9009 now.
Fuzuoku 9000 came out in 1998.
Red thing on my face.
My grandkids kept staring at me.
It's red.
It just wouldn't go away.
Yes, all the housewives bought the Fuzuoku 9000. That'll massage you anywhere, and I mean anywhere.
I thought it was sunburn first. I mean, redhead. Sunburn.
We have achieved full communism thanks to the Fuzuoku 9000. Absolutely.
Which is why you need to see a dermatologist and call this toll-free number to receive a free rosacea information kit.
No more red mask.
I'm definitely looking better. By calling for your free kit, you'll be able to learn all about rosacea and how it can be effectively treated. You'll also
I mean, if you watch commercials today, they're all just terrible. Like, we need like commercials like the Fuzuoku 9000 that'll really show you the down-to-earth importance of finger massagers. All right, Yota, I'm sorry about this, man, but we're gonna have to wrap it up. So there we have it, guys. That is stream. What is this? 278. So this was fun. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to bed. And my phone is getting low on battery, so there's that too. Well, guys, thank you for hanging out in the stream, listening to me rant and rave about various things, and play some of my favorite video games. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what ads look like now. That's probably a good thing, yeah. They're just stupid. I see them on Pluto TV here and there, and whatever. I just find them not relatable. Short but sweet stream. Yes. Good night, my friends. And until next time, my name is Noel. You take care, and I will see you in the very near future for more action-packed excitement on the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. Bye-bye.